What if your English is actually making you replaceable? Most learners they focus on fluency, but in an AI-driven world, fluency is cheap because AI can speak better than you. So here's the real question. Can you think, challenge, and communicate better than AI? So in this episode, you'll basically learn the exact language shifts that move you from basic speaker to high value human in the loop. Let's be honest. Most English learning sounds like, I think this is good, this is bad, and in conclusion. So basically, you're summarizing. That's surface level. And AI does that faster than you. If you stay here, you need to compete with AI. And if you level up your language, you manage AI. That's the shift. So basic learners would say this article is about climate change. High-level speakers would say this article synthesizes economic and environmental risks to argue for policy change. So the key word is synthesize. It means combine ideas and add your thinking. So the pattern would be, which is wrong, is that I am going to synthesize this report based on this information. That is wrong. Try to say the report synthesizes information A and information B to suggest information C. So if you're only repeating information, you're adding basically no value to it. AI makes mistakes all the time. If your English is too simple, either you're blindly trusting it or you're just rejecting it emotionally. You need to control the uncertainty language. So use might, which is a possibility, use could, which is alternative explanation, and use should, expectation or recommendation. So instead of saying that this is wrong, try saying this might be inaccurate due to outdated data, or this could overlook regional differences, or we should verify this with another source. So this is how professionals speak. So if you only say right or wrong, you sound inexperienced. Next, most learners stop at the past. For example, I worked on a project. That's very weak. Upgrade it to I worked on a clinical trial which has improved patient recruitment efficiency. So the structure is past simple, which is I did, and present result is which has. So, for example, I analyzed data which has helped identify key trends, or I implemented a system which has reduced errors. So this shows that it has impact, continuity, and relevance. Next, if you use AI, your vocabulary matters the most, and I'm pretty much sure you're using AI a lot. So replace casual language. Don't say make it better. Try to say terms which has constraints in it. For example, keep it under 100 words. It has iteration in it. For example, let's refine this version and fine tune it. Adjust tone for a formal audience. For example, let's iterate this with clear constraints and fine tune the tone. Now you should sound like someone who guides AI, not someone who depends on AI. And that's a massive shift in this 2026 era. Next, this is where you prove AI won't replace you. You don't just blindly agree, you don't just blindly argue aggressively, you challenge with intelligence. So instead of saying I disagree, try saying that's an interesting point, but I would suggest an alternative perspective. Or I see your reasoning, however, this might not apply in all contexts. Or could we consider a different approach here? So this shows you have confidence, you are respectable and you respect others, and at the same time you're showing leadership. You think, you don't just believe on something that read online or believe on AI blindly. So here's the truth. AI doesn't replace people. It replaces people who just don't evolve. So your job is just not to learn English. It's to learn the high value English. Start today. Say synthesize, don't summarize. Use probability, not certainty. Show results, not just actions. Speak like you guide AI. Push back with intelligence. So, if this has helped you to level up your thinking and language in this very quick lesson, kindly hit like, subscribe, and keep building your edge. Because in this world, clear thinkers win. Till then, see you next time.